Hello YouTube land. Can everybody hear me? I'm hoping so. Everybody hear me? Two thumbs good? Loud and clear. Excellent. Right. Welcome to the Christmas live stream. Well, nearly Christmas. What we're going to do, I think, is we're going to paint this fella, who is that Red Gobbo. If there is lore associated with him, I do not know it. If there are rules associated with him, I do not know it. But he's good and festive, and I think he was last year's Christmas model. I don't know. How are we all doing anyway? Are we all ready for the big day? Just give my glasses a bit of a clean so I can actually see. So I've been painting a little bit ahead of time, which is why I'm covered in paint. Because that's how I roll. I thought I'd get the base out of the way for him. I think that looked kind of cool. Right, let's get the show on the road, shall we? No Mick tonight, I hear. Our jolly Brummy Crusader is off in deepest Mansfield, visiting Say Hi Paul. Oh, that's not great, mate. What is that then? Do you want me to change the music? I mean, I find Christmas music hellish as well, the best of times. So if you want me to change the music, say the word, I can flick it back to what it normally is. Trying to find the right brush. Let's use this one. Nice big 4. Still comes to more or less a point. Good, good, good. How are we going to approach this guy? There's an awful lot of red going to be going on here, so I'm going to need to figure out a way of differentiating between the reds. So we're going to have a slightly different red on the squig compared to his jacket, I think. I can't work out whether he's wearing a shirt or not. Not that it'll matter. Maybe his head will tell me more. No, no. Beard down in front of that anyway, so it won't matter if I won't be able to see his shirt, even if he was wearing one. So we won't worry about that one. Oh, the ruin is never good. Never good. Hope you feel better soon, mate. Right, okay. How are we going to approach this? Contrast paints, I think. The quickest way to get the maximum amount of colour on as quick as possible. I think we're going to go with Flesh Terror's red for the squig. Then we go straight in with Ball red for his jacket. And yeah, we'll do some of the highlighting as we go. Right. So let's get this out of the way. Take the top off my should have started that really, shouldn't I? Right. Okay then. I had a miniature once. Where did that go? Oh, there he is. Get his head and his thingy there. No, what did we say? Did we say ball red? We said ball red for the jacket, didn't we? So let's get the squig done first. Um, there. A little bit of contrast medium. Be looking at this guy for quite a while, thinking, shall I get him? Shan't I get him? At the time I was thinking, he looks very silly, I won't get him. And then I got into gloom spike gets, and it all kind of, what's up with the light levels? All kind of went wrong from there. And goblins went from being really, really silly to really, really cool and silly. So that's how that happened. But this guy's a 40k grot. I didn't realise he was a 40k grot. Which is going dangerously close to starting a 40k origami, which I said I'd never do, and I don't think I will. But you know, I wasn't going to get this guy. Then suddenly, I thought it would be, essentially I thought it would be fun for a live stream, a Christmas live stream. So I had to pay the YouTube premium for him. Not the YouTube, eBay premium for him. It's a lot of money for one miniature, but you know, it's Christmas. If I'd thought about it, I'd have put this through the airbrush, but I didn't think about it. Mistakes were made. Here we are. There's an awful lot of squig here. So I know some of you are on the on Say Hi Paul's Discord. Are any of you planning to be doing the New Year, New Army 250 points a month thing? I think it's pretty well established, but I'll be doing doing my gloom spike gets. So 250 points is an awful lot of grots. Coca-Cola Red, yeah. Oh, now. Shots fired. I could do them green, couldn't I? But, you know, it is very clearly the Red Gobbo, not the green Gobbo. And I think if you were to have a green coat and a green face, and yeah, no, we're going to stick with red. Because if you're going to fight, why not clash? Extra Moog points if you can remember what film that's from. I don't think anyone's going to be paying too much attention to when you started painting your miniatures. So yeah, if you want to join in with your ad make, that's fine. And it's not a competition or anything like that. It's just a case of giving each other encouragement to find time to hobby during the month, really. That's all it is. A bit more of that. That's snow, that is. I don't want that. I want contrast medium. So long story short, yeah, the more the merrier. Join in. I know you are on So Hi Paul's Discord. I wonder if the likes of the Nerd Storyteller would buy an army and join in. You never know. So I'm going back over this and give it a second coat just to make the colour really rich. And to keep Duncan Rhodes happy. Well, there we go, Sarcastic Monkey. Maybe this will be your key to the right headspace. And if not, no worries. There's no pressure or anything. I so should have painted the inside of his mouth first. Oh. Do you know what? I'm going to bust out the airbrush for that. Otherwise it will bug me. If you've not tried contrast through an airbrush, give it a whirl. Come on, I need a few drops. Drop your beast. That's probably way too much. Now, I was looking for my flow aid earlier, and I couldn't find any. So we might have to make do with a drop of water. And a squiz of contrast medium. 250 points isn't that much. I can't remember what the points values are for Admac, but I think it's only a squad of Skitari, or maybe a squad and a half of Skitari. Now, it doesn't have to be 250 points. That's just a guide more than a rule. Yep, cool. It's not working as well as I thought it was going. Don't know quite what I was expecting to happen there, but no, actually it's the inside leg over here. That's way too thin. But it's got a bit of darkness and colour under the inside of his mouth, which is what I was after. So, mission accomplished in that sense. That's what this channel's all about, learning lessons so you don't have to. And that is what happens when you make your airbrush paint too thin and spray it inside a miniature. You get an awful lot of blowback and not a lot of coverage. Right. Get the ends. Right. Yes, I did just say get the ends. Unashamedly. Right. That's going to take ages to dry now, isn't it? Wonderful. Wunderbar! Time for the Gobbo's red coat. Well, there you go. 2 punchy bots and a handler. There's your first challenge. January, yeah? Festive, festive, festive. Think festive. I don't normally get into the festive spirit, really. I mean, maybe actually on the day when I'm with family and they're being festive, it's kind of infectious at that point, but I don't actually get the build up to Christmas. I don't tend to really get enthusiastic. I mean, I wouldn't be playing Christmas music if I could actually hear it. That's mainly for your suffering pleasure. And seriously, if you've had enough of it, I can change it. All you got to do is say, and drop me a massive tip. No. this bowl red. Of course, he's got fur on the inside of his coat, hasn't he? So I've got to be careful not to get any of the red on that. Which is a oops. Oh! Torn it, literally. Oh well, we can go over that and dress it up, that's fine. Just realised the wet contrast paint was resting against my finger. And of course when I pulled it away, the paint tore. Which is one of the downsides to trying to paint fast. So even if the contrasts are a quote-unquote speed painting method, you've still got to leave time for the paint to dry between coats. Otherwise that happens. But we're going to highlight and go over the contrast paint with layer paint, just to elevate the scheme a bit. So hopefully this will not matter. And it's also worth pointing out that I'm still painting with a number 4 brush, so. Right. The Red Gobbo. Is there any lore for the Red Gobbo? I genuinely don't know. Normally they come up with a little bit. Ah, cataphrons are great. What's I going to do with that paint? Ah, that was it. Where's that moisture come from? I don't know, that was just weird. I don't know. He's the only chap I've noticed of, I mean, other than Paul, who I actually watch on YouTube, who's followed me. There may be others. I suspect maybe Winters and Liam, but I can't check. You can't. If you look at their profile, you can't even see whether they've followed you or not, if you're following them. As I'm following Winters and Liam, I've got no idea whether they're following me back. I suspect not. I'm not one of the cool kids. Sit there. Ooh, okay, you sit there. You do your thing. You go be you. Alright. That's what we're gonna do. That's what I got that flesh terrier's red out for. Yeah, if I go to their profile page, all it says is I'm following them. If I unfollow, maybe that's it. Maybe if I unfollow them, maybe it will tell me that they're following me. Seems extreme. Okay, let's get some base. Oh. He's probably spotted it way before I did, that I hadn't painted the pocket. With his stub gun in there, because as we all know, Santa carries a stubber. Although I can't actually see the Red Gobbo functioning in the same sort of Santa Claus kind of way. I suspect the Red Gobbo is what would happen if Krampus found a Santa costume. There would be mistakes, lots of wailing children. Oh, this is an irritating miniature to paint, it really is. It really does lend itself to sub-assemblies, because there's a lot of hard to reach areas that you wouldn't necessarily realise were hard to reach until you actually come to paint the thing. But I'll give it the best of British. Oops, yeah, back of his collar. Is the leader of the rebel faction of Grots in Gorkamorka. Actually, that kind of makes sense. So maybe I should have gone with an army green jacket after all. Yeah, because if you see on the front of his, I don't know whether you can see, yeah, he's got a star on his belt buckle. So what I'm probably going to do with that is go gold and have a red star, because I expect that's probably where they were going with that. Brush a bit of a wash. And where do we go from here? Get a bit of grace here, because I messed up on his hat and I need to cover up that red. There you go, you sit over there and behave yourself. Okay, what have we got here? That is a string of baubles and lights. I'm going to leave that alone for a bit. Put that over there. Attack that later. Gobbo skin. For that we will need contrast medium. Use my tried and tested Gobbo skin method. Reduction purple.
Please switch the music to stop the bleeding of my ears.
Righto. Oh wow, were they playing one on top of the other? I apologise. Thank you very much. I was only joking about the tip. And I genuinely didn't realise they were playing one on top of the other. Oh my word. Well, I never said I was professional. Why did nobody else tell me? Pack of sadists, honestly. Oh, thank you very much. So there we go, nearly done with the first coat of paint for my goblin skin. Oh, cat hairs everywhere. It's almost like I have a cat or something. Have I missed anywhere? Yes, probably. Phase 2 of goblin skin. Apologies for that. That has 3 or 4 ball bearings in it. This stuff is horrendous for settling. You put it down for 5 minutes, you come back and it's settled. It's bonkers. Tastes okay though. It's not used contrast medium. That was contrast medium. What did I pick up there? Valhalla Blizzard. I'm just going to put this away. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need the Valhalla Blizzard. It's going to end up going on a miniature if I'm not careful. I'll end up dipping my brush in it and that'll be it. That'll be it. Not quite dry yet. Face, are you dry? Yeah, more or less. There we go. So I can't actually see what you're looking at. Let's move that over to the side here. So professional. seem a bit dark tonight, doesn't it? Darker than normal. Yeah, so that's just Tesseract Glow over Luxem Purple, thinned Luxem Purple, Purple, yes, Purple. And it does magic things. In the wibbly wobbly world of goblin skin. And probably orc skin, if you like the bright green orcs. I do not. Right, so sorry, this is Tesseract Glow with a little bit of Lamium Medium to thin it down a touch. So it's a bit more of a, not quite a glaze consistency, but not as thick as it is normally before you thin it, he says, stating the obvious. And yeah, that's goblin skin straight out of the bottle. That's crazy. Such fun. Right. Okay. We need, what's that? Agros Dunes, I'll do. And that'll do for a suggestion of a gold belt buckle. And if I can find it, I'm going to go in with some is that it? Yes. A skeleton horde, because I think what he's probably wearing under his jacket, if we ever explore such questions, is probably a dirty t-shirt. So a bit of grimy, dirty skeleton horde to do the trick there. Now what really would have done the trick, and that's Mortarian shade, we'll do that. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Well, we're starting to get some colour on him. Oh. Ah. There we go. I think I found my original audio. Is that playing? Yeah. Excellent. Usual Moog groove it is then. Don't know why I'm painting this bit. It'll be covered up by his beard. Goblins have beards? I guess they do. Case in point. Sorry, I should have shown you the Scaragax sewer. Everyone knows that I use lots of Scaragax sewer. And we're going to use... Now, do we reckon those are actually antlers? Or do we reckon he's ripped a branch off a tree or something? Because it affects how I paint them. I think we're going with actual antlers. So we'll go with Scaragax sewer near the base. Which is convenient because that's metal, that is. Fake antlers, excellent. That gives me all the justification in the world to do a rubbish paint job on them like they've been done in China or somewhere. So I'm going to paint down there. Sub-assemblies, fellas. They make all the difference. I mean, I've gone one sub-assembly. I've not stuck his head on, but you know, I should have gone with more. I have regrets. Mistakes were made. So he's got a grenade in one pouch. A stubber in the other. With a gift label on it, because why not? Let's monkey with the camera a bit because it is very dark. I have no idea why. That's a bit better. Wow! There we are, that's slightly better. Professional! Oh, but we're having fun, as we always do. Hold my chair in a bit. Sip of Coke. This doesn't count as product placement because it's actually Pepsi. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, oops. Right. We have some basic black. Bit of Black Legion, which is fast becoming my new favourite black paint. Yes, Wednesday is very good. But Paint It Black was around long before Wednesday. I think it was around before me. But yes, I distinctly remember listening to it on a Tuesday, so it was around before Wednesday. I'm going to get to that. Yeah, I've got a little bit of white paint, black paint on the white fur. Never mind. Never mind. It won't show. Nobody will know. It's not like this is going on YouTube or anything. Oh damn. What time do I know? I think I've decided how I'm going to do his beard. There we go. Lovely white by Goblin standard beard. Yes, it was very good. You're certainly right. What do we reckon this... Is that a bandage on his tail or what? What do we think? My gosh, it's Mick! Hello, Mick! Have you... Oh, you were at Paul's house. You're not convinced Paul to watch my stream then? Fail! Are you off, are you, monkey? Well, thanks for dropping by. Thanks very much for the tip. And I hope you have a peaceful Christmas. I'm sure we'll chat before then, but this is my only opportunity to say live on air, as it were. Look at me just carrying on doing painting things without explaining what I'm doing. This is the new contrast paint, Imperial Fist. This is a lovely colour. Right, I think I'm going to start getting into highlights and things now. Let me just get the apothecary white on the fur first. Are we going to use apothecary white? We won't use Poxwalker. Let's not use that. Normal Terry Shade. No oil, no. Let's use Soul Blight Grey. Soul Blight Grey, another one that settles. There seems to be an unsettling trend. Unsettling. Seems to be a settling trend. But the trend is unsettling with Games Workshop paints. So they seem to separate and settle. I mean, even stuff like... yeah, but I've given that a good shake lately, but the Rakoth flesh just separates and does nasty stuff, and
Happy Christmas, Moog. Thanks for all the great content this year, dude.
Good Lord, thank you very much, Mick. That's most unexpected. Thank you. Wow, I'll put the Christmas music on for you now. Or not. This is what everyone else joined the channel to. Christmas music. I could put it on for an hour. I've worked out the cost of that. It's crazy. An hour? 10 hours. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Very, very much appreciate it. I'm going to turn off the Christmas music now. go back to... Oh, background music was running. Right, what am I going to do now? I'm going to, yes, highlighting and stuff. Some pink horror on the go. For his gums. Gummies. Gummy, gummy. I'm slowly getting into layer paints. I was dubious about them, but there's something about their formulation which means they're very good at what they do. As one might expect for a professionally designed and manufactured product. However, it is nonetheless quite surprising for a Games Workshop product. Lest we forget that Games Workshop also... Was I doing that all off camera? I was, wasn't I? Lest we forget that Games Workshop also brought us the dry paints. Which are not dry. Nor do they really qualify as paint. So a swing and a miss on them. Pink gums. Let's fiddle to account that. There we are. I'm a bit happier with it there, I think. Yeah, that's got the focal length right. I think what we'll do, so I'll just go over that again with the layer paint to build up that colour a little bit more. Right. I think what we're going to do for the squig is we're going to apply some actual orky paint from the early 90s. Go faster, red. And look at that. Still viable. Still very viable. If they'd sold that in a modern Games Workshop paint pot, it'd be dried out. It would have dried out about 20 years ago. Still tastes as good as it did back then. This will make Bouncer, of course, go faster. Quite a thin consistency, this paint as well, so it functions almost like a layer paint. One of what models, mate? This one specifically, or one of the holiday one, generally miniatures? Yeah, I think this is one of the better ones they've done. I'm not a fan of the goff rocker. As nice as it is to see an homage to... Oh, that'd be why, wouldn't it? Because it's an homage to a miniature that was produced in the... Well, there was a whole band produced in the way back in the early 90s. And it's been some sort of anniversary for 40k, isn't it? 30th or 40th or something, I don't know. 30th, I think, I hope. If it's 40th, I'm a lot older than I think I am. Hey, Commander Autism, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. You've missed the Christmas music. A fact for which you are no doubt thankful. Sarcastic monkey, bless his socks, paid me to turn it off. 1986. That sounds a bit early. That sounds a bit early. I think it was 88. No, 80. Yeah, it might have been 86 actually. It might have been 86. Yeah, you might be right thinking about it. $30. Yeah, I knew it was one of the big numbers. Well, I mean, you think 30 is a big number until you hit it, and then it's just, no, still young. Going to be young forever. I may be 30, but I'm not over the hill. And that thinking carries on till you hit 40. So I'm just going over the joints and the raised bones and musculature of the squig in Go Faster Red here. which is not a 30-year-old paint. I can't remember what it was called before it became Go Faster Red. And I think Go Faster Red was from the second iteration of the paint line. I don't even know if there was an equivalent in the first Citadel paint line. I want to say Red Gobbo, but it's not. Don't think it was. It's a really nice paint though. It's a lovely red pigment. $30 was a long time. Well, $30 was a long time ago for me. You're a whippersnapper, Mick. I know what you're complaining about. I think we're almost done with the Go Faster Red. And we're going to move on to a moderately different red. I'm going to lay this festooned down next to the Go Faster and see what... Actually, the festooned is actually darker. Okay. Well, that raises a few questions. What's this? Evil Sun Scarlet. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's actually brighter than the... Or is it? That's very similar. Very similar. It might actually be a shade darker. We'll use it to blend. Oh, it is a little bit brighter. Yeah, slightly nicer coverage as well. So, I'm starting to concentrate a little bit more on where the light would be now. And again, I'm picking out mainly muscles and things, but there's less of it going on. Hey Chris. Enthusiasm's good. Enthusiasm's always good. When appropriate, anyway. There are obviously times when enthusiasm's far from appropriate. I mean, you wouldn't want to be happy and bouncy at a funeral, really. But this isn't a funeral. I don't think it's a funeral. Right, okay, so that was Evil Sun Scarlet. I'm going to set that aside for a sec. And that might be too much of a step up, so we're going to mix that with the Evil Sun Scarlet a bit. Give it a shake first. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that I have a positive effect on somebody. Yeah, it's been snowing for a while. You may have noticed the Christmas lights as well. Right, so I've mixed a bit of Wild Rider Red with the Evil Sun Scarlet, and I'm just going for a mid-tone for the highlights. And I'm just applying that ever so slightly. Just blending it in where I can to the colours below it. I'll probably be going over this with a wash just to tie everything together. Christmas lights up the top. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Look. Christmas lights. Oh, I don't know, you go to all this extra effort to make things Christmassy and festive for people and they don't notice and they tell you to turn the music off. Right. Side. On the spots, or warts, or knobbly bits, or whatever they are, they're getting a boot of the mix of Wild Rider Red and Evil Sun Scarlet to make them stand out a bit. Just catch the edges. And dust it into some of the raised areas as well. Just dappling. Stippling, there we are. There's the word. Stippling's quite a good effect, a method to use when you're doing skin and such, because you don't get so many obvious brush strokes. What the stippling does is it kind of reads as imperfections in the hide. Right, up to pure Wild Rider. I'm going easy with this. Cool. I think what I'm going to do to tie that together and to differentiate him from the rider a little bit more is we are going to hunt desperately for the ink that we got out earlier and has now gone walkies. You get these paints out and you put them ready and then they get mixed up with all the other chaos on your desk and then you can't find them. But what I'm looking for is Fuegan Orange. So if you see the Fuegan Orange outside the bounds of the screen somewhere, you can let me know. Because failing that, we're going to have to do... Ah, there it is. Haha, Fuegan Orange. Right, okay. So I'm going to get a bit of this. There. And we're going to get a bit of that. This is Berserker Bloodshade. I'm going to mix that up in a little bit more. Just give us a more reddy orange. And we're just going to use that as a bit of a glaze, which will draw together all the highlights we've done, make everything nice and rich. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get this guy finished tonight. My word. I was going great guns with what's his face the other night? Goggle Eye. Boggle Eye, whatever his name is. Boggle Eye Joe. Hand me to Boggle Eye Joe. Anyway, that was Cotton Eye, wasn't it? I just see the spot of white there, which needs to be not white. There, no longer white. And that sort of draws it all together. There's plenty of contrast there, but it's a bit more subtly shaded together now. What we do need to get going on, because this will have an immediate impact on the miniature, is we need to get going on that. What are we going to use? Sandry dust. Sandry dust. Or Steel Legion drab. What was the other one I had? Rakarth flash. Sandry dust. Just get his teeth painted in with their base colour. if I were gonna... Yes. I need... No. If I had the Inquisition around here, they'd get rid of me. There's far too much chaos on my desk for me to be allowed to live. I would call exterminatus. Teeth! And on top of that, we go to pallid witch flesh. Let's put a tiny bit of Xandri in with that. When I eventually get around to painting my squig army, I'll probably not be mixing paints like this. I'll probably be doing as Games Workshop intended and choosing the colours accordingly for highlights and except for characters. You've got to go a little bit over the top for characters, but for rank and file. The paint set's designed for painting armies, let's face it. And being able to reproduce recipes reliably. This is pure Xandri. Sorry, pure Rakarth flesh. No, not Rakarth flesh. Not Xandri dust. Pallid witch flesh. Get there in the end. Ah, yes, just your squigs. Looking forward to painting your squigs. Yes. Is that what you're doing for your 250 points a week? A week? Yeah, a week. Let's do a week. 250 points a week. Yeah. Month. 250 points a week. Yeah. We're not all Mick. Right. Soul Black Grey. Which I think is a better contrast white than Apothecary White. So much so that I wonder why apothecary white exists anymore. You know nothing of it. Well, go and have a look on Say Hi Paul's Discord. There's a channel called Mick, what's it called? I can't remember. Tale of Paul Gamers or something. Second Born will be putting some air quotes rules for it up later this week, he said. But if he doesn't, I don't think there's any strict rules to it. Just it's an empowerment group, I guess. We encourage each other and share pictures of the armies that we're painting, and the idea is to take the idea is to not commit to, but try and aim for 250 points a month, and then at some point down the line maybe there might be an event where everyone comes together with their armies and does stuff, but that's up in the air at the moment, the event thing, for reasons. There we go, that's Soul Blight Grey. Hasn't that done a good job of the white? Yeah, I thought so too. Right, speaking of white, going to need some of that. Not as much as I came out last time, thank you. Oh. Far too much white came out. It's about as much white as I'd use in a month there. Get that white on the snow before we dress it up and make it look like snow and stop it being white. There's a bit too much red got on it. Ah, right. No, 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 no. Our squig's eyes are not white. Our squig's eyes are yellow. This is Urel yellow. Which is a layer paint. Squiggy eyes. And from there we're going to Dawn Yellow, which is another yellow layer paint. And we spot in the middle of the Uriel yellow eye with dawn yellow, which makes the eyes look like they are glowing. And then we go over here with the dawn yellow and we slap a bit on the start. To give that a bit of highlighting and definition. And mainly because we had a bit of dawn yellow left on the brush. And I didn't eat it all on a diet. But what we are going to do is get some Gasandora yellow and get all up in this star's business here. If anyone's got any questions, by the way, about what I'm doing, like, oh my god, why have you done that? Why have you made that decision? Why have you chosen that colour as opposed to this colour? Feel free to ask. If for no other reason, because it'll make me think about it. Where did we, it was Andrew Dust, wasn't it? Sorry, I've just seen his tootsies. Gotta paint his tootsies. Squiggy pedicure. And that's showing up all the areas where I've missed with the contrast paint, so I'll get that in a bit. Underside of his feet completely missed. This is Flesh Terror's Red, which was the original colour of the squig. I'm just going to hit his toes up. Where I've missed. Okay, we are reaching for the reboot, right, Berserker Bloodshade, because I don't have any Carroburg Crimson. You're just going to deepen in the shades of the Red Gobbo's jacket. giving it quite a nice rich colour. I like that. Oops. Okay, looks like we're just going to wash it now. We were going to pin shade it, but you know, alia iacta est. Pin shading. And you get an ink, and you're basically going into all the deepest recesses. It's usually an oil painting technique, where you thin it down. See what I'm doing on with the squig here. I'm just following the, rather than washing all over, you just follow the deepest recesses. Like so, and it just deepens the shadows like that. That's pin shading. That's what I started to do here, but lost my way a bit. And I'm kind of liking the effect actually now. This Berserker blood shade is having on the wild red. Whilst I think about it, I'll do his hat as well. Because whilst it's staring at me in the face, I keep forgetting he's headless. Oh, there's another candidate for the soul blight right there as well. I was going to get a bit more complex with the highlights on the goblin's skin as well, but the way I've done it this time, which is the method I have come to use for most of my goblin skin at the moment, it's just come out really well, and I don't want to. It doesn't need any extra highlights. It just is. And it's content to be. And he looks fun and cartoony and exactly what he should look like. What I'm going to have to do though is, why is it not the red dynamite? Sorry, I just spotted a bit that need filling in. Stay, behave, there. Right, before we get onto the dynamite, I'm conscious of time. About 10 minutes, so I'm probably not going to get this guy finished, but I will finish him before Christmas, and then I will post up on Instagram or on my Discord, or both, for all to see. But I think we've made some good progress with him, if not entirely got him finished. What was I looking at when I got the... Oh, that was it. Gargax Sewer on his cyber eyes. Tempting to be frightened of little details like that, but you just got to kind of go at it and convince yourself that you know what you're doing. Show it no fear. What's the worst that can happen? You might have to repaint it. Yeah. No harm, no foul. Yeah. How did the red get in there? We don't ask questions. We don't ask how the red gets in the wash bottle, for fear we might get an answer. Oh, that was something else I was going to use a bit of light shade for, and that was the eyes of the squig. Wash it right over the eyes of the squig, it'll blend everything in. Lovely! I think I'm going to try and, before I do that, I'm going to paint that red star on his hat. With Go Faster Red. No longer remember. What? No longer remember what? My channel? You can't join my channel. Yet. Discord? say hi for? Do you still subscribe to his? Oh, we'll talk about it afterwards. It checks if you're a member of his YouTube. So if that's lapsed or something, that might be why it is. I don't know. But we can sort it out. Huh. I don't know. Maybe check the card you're using. Give it some different card details or something like that. I really don't know. I am not wise to the ways of the YouTubes, I'm afraid, as I demonstrate nearly every week. Costumes. And down his metals now. Metals. Well, they are metal. Metals. Metal. Some shading on this star as well whilst we're here. Spot of Agaros dunes, very good for shading yellows. Right, before I forget, I just ended up posting this on Instagram without a head. I'm going to stick his head on. Right, there we are. I mean, obviously he's not done, but time has caught up with us. Where did I put his base? There it is. And he's got a little string of lights and things that comes out of his mouth, which I will also need to paint. But I mean, for 2 hours, I don't think that's too bad. Still got a lot to do. I've got to do his dynamite stick. I probably want to push the highlights on the squig a bit more, give him a bit more definition. And there's the twig coming out of the snow there. Got to do something with the bandage or something. And then there's the baubles. Got to paint all the baubles. What I was thinking for the baubles is I'm going to go with red and green because Christmas. And I was going to use stay down. Oh. Metal interference filters. I will show you what they do, in fact, whilst I'm here. Might be a little bit too subtle to show up on camera. Let's pop it on the side there because you don't put metallic paints in a wet palette like ever. Right, so we've got a green bauble there, and what it will do when you put it on green is give it a sort of metallic sheen. But the filters, the interference filters, work best when you've got like a. Oh my God! Sorry, I keep distracting myself. I was just looking to see if I had a spare custodies kicking around somewhere. No, I do not. No, but if you had like bits of red or bits of green on the base of for a custodies, you get a bit of for green, obviously. You get a bit of the green interference. Just paint on top of the gold armour, just to give it a bit of a greenish metallic sheen, and it looks like reflected light. It's really cool. So that's what those are for. You can also put them through an airbrush and do crazy things like I've done with my... What's the name for the Drakari transport? Whatever the name of the Drakari transport, that thing. I use metallic paint, metallic filter paints for that, and colour shift paints. Right. Okay, so that's probably going to be where I draw a line. When did the jar empty? Is the jar empty? I legit don't know, Mick. Huh. I didn't empty it. Oh well, we'll just have to fill it again next year, eh? I'm kidding. Right, okay, I'm going to draw a line. I draw a line there because I've got to be up for work in the morning, unfortunately, because whenever there's not a public holiday, I'm going to be working over the Christmas period. Yay me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope above all that you all have a very peaceful and enjoyable holiday season, however you choose to spend it, and with whoever you choose to spend it. Yeah, I'm going to do something with his teeth as well. Later. Right, okay, yeah, cool. Right, yeah. No, it won't be the last one for the year, will it? This won't be the last one for the year. There will be another one this year on the 28th. So I will see you all then. Ta-ta for now.